in the beautiful California Gold Country foothills, an old town of Auburn, California. We're going to visit Cherry Records because my old store closed down. They're about a half an hour from where I am, but they actually opened at 7 o'clock this morning. They thought it might be inclement weather and they didn't want everybody standing out here, so let's see what is left. It's almost 10 o'clock here in California, about 9:45, so let's see if there's any goodies left in here. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
We're doing YouTube for Black Friday Record Store Day.
All right. Very cool. You should have been here early when it was
7,
packed.
yes, I was still in bed at 7.
Thanks, Kim.
And is all of the Record Store Day right here, or is it?
All along this wall.
Oh, different.
Here.
Oh, wow.
2 boxes there, and then when you go to the next section, there's 2 more rows.
Holy
got a
cow,
lot of Record
look
Store
at
Day
the
stuff.
selection. Fantastic, and there's still stuff left.
Oh, yes.
Leftovers back here. This is a nice size store. So if you're ever in the California foothills, there's one of my favorite records. Okay, time to see what's available. Hey, vinyl community, and welcome YouTubers from everywhere. If you're watching this, you're an addict. Yes, we're all addicts this year because the store I always went to was closed. I was debating about not even going to Record Store Day at all. Well, of course, you know, I lasted for a little while. I got to the store in Auburn, California. You saw the little opening there, Cherry Records in Auburn, California, California foothills, about a half hour from where I live. I got there around 9:45. I parked right in front on the street, and as you saw, I walked in. There were a few people in there shopping. Because the Big Dimple Records stores of the greater Sacramento area had all closed, they stocked in much more merchandise than usual, and there was plenty of everything left at 10 o'clock. Even the Pearl Jam, I think they still had a few copies of. That's one of the ones that everybody was wanting. And I talked to the guy a little bit. He said, yeah, they opened at 7 o'clock this year to get people in out of the cold, and thinking that there might have been inclement weather. There wasn't. It was a beautiful day, but he said even at 7 o'clock they still had 5 people in line. Well, I know one of those guys in line is my buddy I always saw over at my store, and he gave me a phone call about a month ago telling me what the guy's plans were, that they were going to be at the Cherry Records when they opened, and then going over to the one Dimple that's still open in Folsom. And I wasn't up to all of that traveling this year and getting a little further away from home and out early. And I was really trying to limit what I bought, and yes, I did limit it quite a bit over the last Record Store Day, but I still ended up with a little more than what I wanted. Here's what I got, my number 1 pick. This was a very limited record, Leon Redbone, live in Bremen, 1977, and even after I picked this one up, they still had 1 copy left. It's hard to imagine that some of these things are as limited as they say they are. Next on my pick, Dr. John, Babylon. They had plenty of them. And that particular store they're going to have stuff left for quite a while. They really stocked up knowing that the main store in the Sacramento area was no longer in business, and I'm glad to see they did it, and I hope people get in there and buy those records. Of course, Jazz Dispensary, the Dink D-Funk Blend. I've been picking up these Jazz Dispensary compilations because it gives you a nice taste into some music that you might not know about. Another one that was on my list this year, probably not on all you rockers' list, Annie Sophie Mutter and John Williams, Across the Stars Special Edition Deutsche Grammophon record, and this is supposed to be just a fantastic sounding record. I haven't opened any of these up yet, but this is going to be the first one I put on. Normally I have a list and know what I want and have them in order. This year I didn't even make a list, and there was probably one or two things I forgot about that I didn't notice, but one of the ones I picked up was More Ore. This one was a little pricey. They had a couple records I was interested in that was a little pricey. This is a Plant, Beck, Waits, and Skip, a tribute to the Skip Spence album. This record was $39.95, $40, but I'm hoping that's going to be a good one. And one of the records, the big records this year, The Doors, I believe first time on vinyl, live at the Isle of Wight Festival 1970, and this record was $36, but they say limited edition. Well, they were limited to 11,000 copies. That means everybody in the world that wants one pretty much is going to get one, and they had lots of them in my store. 180 gram, really audiophile edition, and I got number 896. And I didn't dig through all the ones in the store, but I did dig through a couple of them that were in the same spot and pick out the one with the lowest number. And then they had a few other records in there that they called the Record Store Day Vault, which was not the regular Record Store Day or from previous Record Store Days, and I hadn't seen this one before, so I grabbed this one. Dr. John, recorded live in Tokyo, Japan. I wasn't familiar with this record, but I looked at the tune titles on the back, and so that's what I picked up for my Record Store Day, and I'm going to be watching to see what all of you folks picked up. And here's my regular store. They don't sell new records, so they don't participate in Record Store Day. They're not open till 11, so they're just now bringing stuff out, but we're going to crash the party. T-shirts? Anybody want a t-shirt?
We got dollar records.
We got dollar records?
4 for $1.
Record
today.
Store Day, everything.
On Record Store Day, and also for just in general.
Needs to be $28 and above for Record Store Day. No dollar records.
Right, there's no such thing as dollar records.
There's my favorite store clerk. Hi, Sam.
Hi.
They're not open yet, but I'm crashing the gate.
So we're doing, we've got a new section of records that are $2 to $5. Can't be missed. Okay, so we're just putting it together right now. We're going to open it in about 30 minutes, and it'll be set. All these, though, are dollar records if you want to pan over.
Usually the dollar records are in the sidewalk. Holy cow. Everybody come on down.
And we're doing 25% off everything else.
25. Last year it was only 20.
That's right. It's 25% off this year.
Holy
And
cow.
so we got a lot of great stuff up on the wall you can be getting for just great prices. Love.
Last time I looked at the wall, it cost me $100.
Well, it could cost you less today.
25% less. Okay, that's it for Record Store Day at the Audio Nerd. Yeah, of course I had to go by and support my local store. My buddy Steve, you see there, they had people waiting out front, and they were just starting to open up, and they were getting quite busy. They were actually busier than the record store day, and standing right there by the front blocking the entry when I come in, well, they had the Christmas section, and I'm telling you folks, you have to collect Christmas records. Yes, it's an absolute necessity that you collect Christmas records. Yes, I said you have to collect them. I did not say you had to listen to them. And with that in mind, I pick up some Christmas records every year, and probably most of them I haven't listened to. But how about a Rhythm and Blues Christmas? That looks like a good one. An Austin, Texas Rhythm and Blues Christmas, the Fabulous Thunderbirds, Charles Sexton, Lou Ann Barton, Angela Straley, Sarah Brown, Paul Ray, and the Kaz Jazz Quartet. In case you don't like rhythm and blues, how about a little jazz for Christmas? They had a nice selection, near mint and 25% off, so $7.50. We got some Gene Ammons, some Paul Bley, some Eddie Lockjaw Davis, Dexter Gordon, Don Patterson, Bill Smith, and Bobby Timmons, original jazz classics. Hey, don't want to leave all you kids out. We need a little Christmas rap. Yeah, a little Christmas rap with Run DMC, Dana Dane, King Sunset D, Moet, Sweet Tea, Spider D, Derek B, Disco 4, the Showboys, and the Surf MCs. This delivered to you by the RR. And the original Gene Autry, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Every collection needs this record. And I'm telling you what, I saw this one. It's a $7.50, a double LP, a nice gatefold. Jackie Gleason, All I Want for Christmas. I think all she wants for Christmas is me. And the first tune is You're All I Want for Christmas. I knew it. Chris Records presents the Blues Crew. Well, we got to have a little blues for Christmas. Every day's a holiday with the blues. In compilation here, Little Joe Blue, Jimmy Preacher Ellis, Chick Willis, Willie Willis, Nadine A., Roy Milton, Curtis Jack Griffin, and Jim Gimbel. Don't know who most of those are, but I might even listen to a few of these this year. We got blues, rhythm and blues, jazz, and Billy Vaughn, you know. All the old-timers like Billy Vaughn with the hype sticker. Does have a hole punch. Nice record here for $5. And, you know, it's not Christmas without the Osmonds. So, yep, you don't have to listen to them. You just have to buy them. Wishing all of you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And wait, there's more. Hey, in case there's any of you rockers still left, here's a little treat for you. Hawkwind, my first Hawkwind. Of course, love that cover. Nice gatefold. This is a 2011 UK reissue, 2LP. So I'm happy to have this record. This is one I've been watching for a long time. I think this is going to be a good sounding one. I didn't spend too much time in the bins in my store because I'd already purchased enough, but I always have to look through the female vocals. I'm a big fan of Aretha. Here's one of her early records, and I got a bunch of Aretha, but I did not have this one. This Girl's in Love with You, 1970 original, in shrink, VG++, bam! And Eartha Kitt, I Love Men, our little cheesecake for the show, our little cheesecake for the holidays. Hype sticker includes Where Is My Man? Right here, Eartha. And I Love Men starts off, and here the third tune, Sugar Daddy. Yeah, I'll be your sugar daddy. So I'd say keep 'em spinning, and see all in line where the Christmas records are.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows.